Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones edition. What you are looking at is a screen. A screen of a Clash of the Kings. I don't think we have this bookmark on the channel yet. And because one of the other series that I was doing has seemed to stop working, at least for the moment, we now need to upload more new stuff, which I'm always in favor of. Always a new opportunity to offer you guys something really awesome. I've got programs dying on me that I'm not even using. That's concerning. I hope none of y'all saw that. Anyways, we're here with the Clash of Kings, a bookmark that we have not explored on this channel yet. Westeros is at war. After the untimely death of Robert Baratheon, Joffrey, his untested firstborn son, sits the Iron Throne. Eddard Stark, Lord of the North and Hand of the King, has sent word to Stannis Baratheon that Joffrey is not Robert's son, but the result of the incestuous relationship between Queen Cersei and her brother Sir Jaime Lannister. What a travesty. Joffrey, outraged at Lord Eddard's accusations, has had him executed. Now Eddard's son Robb, supported by the Tullys of the Riverlands, has raised his banners and is marching on King's Landing. Meanwhile, Lord Balon Greyjoy, ever the opportunist, has laid claim to the Seastone Chair and hopes to reeve like the Iron Board of old. Finally, across the Narrow Sea, Daenerys Targaryen, mourning the death of her husband and unborn child, begins her quest to return to Westeros. In this scenario, relive the central conflict of something J.R.R. Martin, winter is coming. Yes, indeed. Now, for this particular bookmark, this scenario, I really had quite the conundrum determining which character we were going to play as, because if I've learned anything from making Crusader Kings 2 videos on YouTube, it is that the more intense the scenario, the better. And so what we're probably going to do is we're going to stick to these major characters here. Why? Because they tend to see the most action, at least for this particular bookmark. However, we can't just play anybody, because, unfortunately, I've actually played as some of these guys before. Let's see, I've played as... Now, I have not actually played as Robb yet. I haven't played as Robb Stark, but I have played as Joffrey Baratheon a few times. And as much as I would love to play Joffrey Baratheon, and some of you have actually requested that I play as Joffrey Baratheon, he's not... How do I say it? Every time I've played him, he's always ended up in this situation where he's massively outnumbered by enemies, and he really relies on his grandfather Tywin to win the war for him, which unfortunately leaves Joffrey Baratheon kind of sitting on his hands doing nothing while he waits for Granddaddy to pretty much win everything for him. And sometimes Tywin doesn't, which means Joffrey Baratheon quickly gets his ass kicked. Which would be a very, it would be a series that would end very quickly, and I don't know how entertaining that would actually be. Now, how this relates to Robb the Young Wolf is that as I've played as Joffrey Baratheon, Robb has huge armies, and he's really good in battle, and he tends to curb stomp everybody. Stannis Baratheon, he can sometimes get his butt kicked, but sometimes he just lands in King's Landing and kills everybody. So Stannis Baratheon is a bit more balanced in terms of a challenge. Robb just has like the war in the bag from the beginning. So it didn't seem to me that would be very interesting to play. Maybe what happens after the Clash of Kings, how Robb runs his independent north, might be interesting. But I don't know. I don't really know where that particular playthrough for that could actually go. I've also played as Balon Greyjoy and while I did have fun playing as Balon Greyjoy, killing Tyrion and Tywin Lannister in single combat and becoming the Lion Slayer, that was really cool. There's not really anything he can do. Like, he can conquer all of Westeros, but then he'll have nowhere to raid or reeve, because he can't raid his own territory. All he can do is take Westeros and go raid Essos, and that sounds boring as hell. So, of the characters here, really only Daenerys Stormborn and Stannis Baratheon would really be interesting to play as. So, of the two here, I think I'm going to have to pick Daenerys. Why? Well, it's because I've never actually played as Daenerys before. Stannis Baratheon, his shit probably isn't all that much different from the rest of these guys, but Daenerys Stormborn, like, she's got some crazy scenarios that she goes through. I think, like I said, I've never played her before, so I have no idea. And she's got dragons. She's got 3 of them solo. So I imagine that she'd be pretty damn interesting to play as. What, now that we've started the Dance of Dragons and everything like that, and I've got a taste of that dragon combat, I'd like to see what Daenerys Stormborn can do, especially because I've never played her before. As the last heir to House Targaryen, Daenerys claims to be the rightful queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Born on Dragonstone during Robert's Rebellion, Daenerys and her brother Viserys are spirited away to Essos. Always the timid of the two, Daenerys followed her brother as he tried his best to get an army to retake his father's throne, eventually selling his sister to a Dothraki Khal, Drogo, in return for an army of 10,000 Dothraki screamers. Not nearly enough screamers. Daenerys grew more independent with Khal Drogo, whilst Viserys got himself killed for his impatience. Drogo fell soon after, along with Daenerys' unborn child, both murdered by a Magi. However, upon the funeral pyre, Daenerys hatched 3 dragons. Her time with the Dothraki brought her Targaryen blood to the surface, and she will soon show the usurpers the meaning of the words fire and blood. And as heretical as it would be for me to play as a Targaryen, I will indeed bring the fire and blood. So I just start right away. Please tell me I get to choose my rules. Awesome. Sweet. Now we're good to go. We're good to go. Now I believe Daenerys can't actually marry because she's widowed or something. Widowed, naked, and crawling in dragons, apparently. I am Khaleesi Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, and I will make my ancestors proud. Indeed. Mother of Dragons. Salvation, the prophetic red comet, has led you to Karth. As you pass through the 3 immense and elegantly painted walls that serve as one of the 9 wonders of man, you can't help but gaze at the bones of those who have been denied entry. Sheltered by Zoan Daxos, you quickly discover the politics of Karth to be a danger all its own, but danger does not stop the dragon. By burning the Lazarine witch, you have laid claim to your birthright of fire and blood. The usurper is dead, Westeros is shattered, and you long for home. Use this time to nurse your dragons, and soon you will return to cast down the usurper's dogs and unite the 7 kingdoms once more. I am the rightful queen. So she gets a ton of prestige. Adds Daenerys' crown to the treasury. Okay, and let's see, becomes Khaleesi Daenerys' new liege. Ancient city of Karth. Interesting. I am the new liege. House Targaryen has ruled Westeros since Aegon's conquest. We united the 7 kingdoms into one. We built King's Landing. We forged the Iron Throne, and we will not let our birthright slip away. Fire and blood. Strong claim. Not that it really matters that we have claims, because we got flippin' dragons. Now, okay, never played this before with Daenerys, so I'm not sure what she starts with or what I need to do to actually activate certain events. So apologies if I look completely incompetent. If you have any advice, please share it in the comment section. Let me know what I need to do to get this show on the road. But I think what we can do is start off with my knowledge that I have about the game already. So we've got Khaleesi Daenerys Stormborn. She is ruler of the Great Grass Sea, which means jack shit. She's got strong claims. All right. She's quick, attractive, widowed, Targaryen, trusting, temperate, and just. Okay. Her dragons are, Jesus Christ, they're babies. I'm not used to fighting wars of conquest with just baby dragons. This could be kind of fucking hard. And her traits actually suck pretty bad too. Shit. Very interesting. Her highest trait is stewardship? Really? We're gonna pick Marshall anyways, because she's got another year that she has to grow up. He's dead. Died comatose in bed. Ser Jorah Mormont is my heir. Pureborn Mathos II of Karth is our liege. Where are we? We are. She's not reigning anywhere. Educator Khaleesi is in an unknown location. She's educating herself. That is okay. Okay. I guess we'll deal with this. Apparently I have a council. I'm not sure why I have a council. Why do I have a council? Okay, I guess we'll oversee the realm. Oh, he can't because we actually don't own anything. That's quite alarming. This is all pretty crazy. Yeah, she's utterly unlanded. Utterly unlanded. I see. I hope this isn't like a scenario where we're going to be waiting a whole lot, because that'd be bad. That'd be bad. Okay, let's get our titles doled out, I guess. Jorah apparently is the only one who's friendly with us. I didn't realize we were starting so early. And now Sir Jorah is the court musician. I'm sure he plays lovely music. All right, court tutor, auto-assign commanders, my council, right. Filled with pragmatists. I see. Idle counselors, well, I can't really make them do anything. So we're going to have to dismiss you, or disable you, I guess. Open council positions, warlock. Okay. Disable you too. New important decisions. Recruit a court physician. Maybe if she gets sick, we can. As for an Iron Bank loan, we get 50 gold. Well, that's not shit. That's nothing. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn the timer on. I guess we're here in Karth. I've been named your regent. I am the blood of old Valyria. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Turn the timer up a little bit, because I don't think we really have anything to lose. We have no men. We have 72 gold. We have a lot of prestige. So we essentially have a name only. We have just a name, and I can't even cut her hair because she's not even old enough to. That's kind of laughable to me. So it seems like this first year we're not really going to be able to do a whole lot. So I'm going to increase the timer. I'm going to muck around here, see if we can't do nothing. Moderate slave labor, Astapor. We can't do anything with Astapor or Marine. Would like to take that stuff in the future. Is there anything I can do for my liege lord? No. Oh, okay, so it's giving us some events without even trying, which is kind of nice. I was about to start figuring out how we were going to take shit with no armies. I was about to make my little dragons fight. The House of the Undying. In this city of splendors, you find the House of the Undying to be the least splendid of all. You behold a gray and ancient ruin without towers or windows, its crumbling form coiled like a serpent through a grove of black-barked trees bearing inky blue leaves. Your companions echo your hesitation, urging you not to enter, but ahead lies the path to your destiny. Queen Daenerys must enter alone, says Piet Priest, stepping out from the shadow of the trees. Take my arm and let me lead you. Oh, is this going to be like those little, if any of you have played this and you've done the little Get Valyrian Sword quest, you have to do the little puzzles and shit just to get your swords, and sometimes that shit can get your character killed. I am no child, indeed. Oh Jesus, this is crazy. You make your way through the darkened grove and are presented with a crystal glass filled with blue liquid, shade of the evening, the wine of warlocks. You gulp down the okay, she just didn't even have a choice. She just drank the shit. As the warlock speaks, you're reminded of every taste you have ever known and none of them. Okay? Within, you will see many things that disturb you. Visions of loveliness and visions of horror, wonders and terrors. Sights and sounds of days gone by and days to come and days that never were. If you value your soul, take care and do just as I tell you. Take the door to your right each time. Oh, shit. If you value your soul, take care and do just as I tell you. Take the door to your right. Each time, the door to your right. If you should come upon a stairwell, climb. Never go down, and never take any door but the first to your right. Now, see, this is what's kind of tricky, is it seems really straightforward. Oh, yeah, just do everything he tells you. But this is Piet Pri, though. This guy wants your fucking dragons. So I don't know if like, this is kind of the game's way of saying, no, do the opposite of what he's saying. But you know what? I guess we're going to find out. It seems like it's going to be a little kind of puzzle game, so we will fail through this together. Oh God damn it. You find yourself in a stone. We better get some awesome shit if we actually pull this off. Like, my dragons better become full-grown adults by the time this shit's over with. You find yourself in a stone anteroom with 4 doors. One on each wall. A mold-eaten carpet, once colored with whorls of gold, lies at your feet. Within the walls, you hear a faint scurrying and scrabbling of rats. You heed the warlock's advice and chose the rightmost door 3 times, each leading you to a room identical as the one before. It's clear you're in the presence of sorcery. I choose the door on the left. I choose the door in the middle. I choose the door on the right. He said pick the one on the right, so we're going to do that. The red room. You emerge into a long, dim, high-ceilinged hall. Along the right hand is a row of torches burning with a smoky orange light, but the only doors are to your left, and not all of them are closed. You tell yourself not to look, but the temptation is too strong. Oh, the trickery, the trickery. Take the door on your right. But there are no right doors now. In one room, you come upon a feast of corpses. Savagely slaughtered, the feasters lay strewn across overturned chairs and hackled, trestled tables, asprawl in pools of congealing blood. In the throne above them sits a dead man with the head of a wolf and an iron crown. His eyes follow you with a mute appeal as you continue on. Only a stairwell down marks the end of the passage, and still the only doors are to your left. The first door on the right is the last door to the left. Oh god, this is going to get so confusing for me. The first door on the right is the last door to the left. It's the last door to the left. I got to remember that. But I get an intrigue point for that. Last door on the left. Last door on the left. You find yourself in yet another stone anteroom. The floor seems to move slowly under your feet as if it were trying to trip you. You're gripped by a sudden sense of desperation, want nothing more than to be done with this house of horrors, but still 3 doors lie before you. I choose the door on the left. I choose the door. So she said the last door on the right, or no, the door on the right is the last door on the left. What the fuck? What the fuck? What am I supposed to pick? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go right again. This could be a disaster. Mother. You emerge once more into a long, dim, high-ceilinged hall. We've seen all this before, but the temptation proves too strong. One room reveals 10,000 slaves lifting blood-stained hands before you as you race by on your silver, riding like the wind. Mother, they cry, mother, mother. They reach for you, touching you, tugging at your cloak, the hem of your skirt. They want you, they need you, the fire, the life. You gasp and open your arms to give yourself to them, but at the last moment you realize your mistake and pass on from the vision further down the hall. Only a stairwell down marks the end of the passage, and still the only doors are to your left. The first door on the right is the last door on the left. We get another intrigue. Your sense of foreboding grows as the scurrying sounds within the wall seem to get louder, and behind you, you notice the torches have begun to flutter out. One more gutter's out, and the darkness creeps a little further down the hall toward you. As you listen, you seem to hear something else coming, shuffling itself slowly along the faded carpet. Terror fills you, and you must quickly decide which. Oh shit, this is fucking crazy. What is this shit? The door on the right. The red sword. You emerge once more. Okay. But all the doors are to your left, and not all of them are closed. You know you will not have the strength to look away and steel yourself for the vision to come. The scene behind the open door reveals a corpse standing at the prow of a ship, eyes bright in his dead face, gray lips smiling sadly. Glowing like a sunset, a red sword is raised in the hand of a blue-eyed king who casts no shadow. A blue flower grows from a chink in a wall of ice and fills the air with sweetness. Mother of dragons, bride of fire, confused, you turn toward the stairwell at the end of the passage. I wish to be done with this place. Yeah, fuck me too. You enter a stairwell, beginning to climb. Before long, your legs are aching. Strangely, you recall that the house of the Undying Ones seem to have no towers. To your right, a set of wooden doors are thrown open, fashioned of wire wood and ebony. The black and white patterns swirl and intertwine into strange designs. Very beautifully, it's somehow frightening. The dragon must not be afraid. The Blue Heart. You pass through a narrow door into a chamber awash with gloom. A long stone table fills the room. Above it floats a human heart, swollen and blue with corruption, yet still alive. Every beat is a deep, ponderous throb of sound, each pulse sending out a wash of indigo light. The figures around the table are no more than blue shadows, and as you walk to the empty chair in front of them, they do not stir, speak, nor turn to face you. Mother of dragons, comes a voice, part whisper and part moan. You find it difficult to summon the will to speak. You notice suddenly that none of them are breathing. Could it be that the Undying Ones are dead? We live, whispered the answer, thin as a mouse's whisker. And no. Jesus Christ, it's messing with my brains. I've come for the gift of truth. Prophecy. 3 heads has the dragon. The ghost chorus yammers inside your skull. Mother of dragons, child of storm. The whispers become a swirling song. 3 fires must you light. 1 for life and 1 for death and 1 to love. Your own heart beats in unison to the one that floats before you. 3 mounts must you ride. 3 mounts must you ride. 1 to bed, 1 to dread, and 1 to love. The voices grow louder and your heart seems to slow, even your breath. 3 treasons will you know. Once for blood, once for gold, and once for love. Jesus Christ. Well, that's fucking terrifying. Shadows whirl and dance inside a tent, boneless and terrible. A little girl runs barefoot toward a house with a red door. Miri Mazdur shrieks in the flames, a dragon bursting from her brow. Behind a silver horse, the corpse of a naked man bounces and drags. What is this? What the fuck am I reading? A tall lord with copper skin and silver hair stands beneath the banner of a fiery stallion, a burning city behind him. Suddenly, black wings buffet around your head, and suddenly the visions are gone, ripped away. Your grasp turns to horror as you spy the Undying all around you, blue and cold, whispering as they reach for you. Ah, so these are the Undying. Gotcha. Undying all around you. All the strength leaves your limbs and you cannot move. You feel a hand on your breast. Teeth find the soft skin of your throat. A mouth descends on one eye, sucking, biting. Tricar. What the fuck? Death of the Undying. Indigo turns to orange and whispers turn to screams. Perched above you, Drogon spreads his wings and tears at the terrible dark heart, ripping the rotten flesh to ribbons. His head snaps forward, fire flying from his open jaw, bright and hot. You can hear the shrieks of the Undying as they burn, their high, thin, papery voices crying out in tongues long dead. The whole room is ablaze by the time you reach the door and call to your dragon. When you spill out into the sun, the bright light makes you stumble. Looking behind you, you see the tendrils of smoke forcing their way through the cracks in the ancient stone walls of the Palace of Dust. Howling curses, Pyat Pri draws a knife and dances towards you when suddenly you hear the crack of Jogo's whip. Never was a sound so sweet. I'm guessing this is from, is this from the series? I'm not sure. I don't remember this part. Is that it? Is that it? It's over? The silver bell. The Undying are dead, burned to ash by Drogon's flames. Your tiny Khalasar celebrates your victory by braiding your hair with a silver bell, but this victory is not without cost. The Carthian are outraged, and their fractious rulers unite to demand your exile from the city. Your host, Xaro, pleads with you to flee with him to the Jade Sea, but you refuse, and he angrily sends you away. With your last friend in Karth, a friend no longer, you hurry to the docks where Ser Jorah has been searching for ships. Ships you find, but allies also. A huge eunuch named Strong Belwas and his aged squire Arstan, who intervened to save you from an assassin. They explain that they have been sent by your old friend Illyrio with 3 ships to carry you back to Pentos. Okay, so we are given a choice here, and I'm not sure what the hell's going to happen. At least the ships don't smell like cheese. Belwas the Strong joins Princess Daenerys. Grolio. I changed my mind. I accept Xaros' offer. So we gain 400 gold. Prince Xaro Zoan marries her. Princess Daenerys Viserion and Prince Xaro Zoan become close friends. Let's see. Rhaegal. Your son! No shit. Okay. No, fuck, do we... No, we're not gonna marry... Oh, damn it, what do we do? Carry you back to Pentos. I change my mind, I accept Xaro's offer. 400 gold, she marries him. And Viserion becomes close friends with Xaro Zoan. I don't like that, I want the dragons to myself. I'm greedy. Grolio Venatus has joined your court, as has Belwas. Special minor titles. Bodyguard. Okay. Let's see. New important decisions. Can't do anything here. Has she moved? I don't think so. In an unknown location. Alright, so we still have to wait for her to come of age. I think we survived that little ordeal at the House of Undying. Which is kind of silly, like, why... They told you how to win. All you have to do is take the right path every fucking time. Prophesized future. Slavers Bay. Are my dragons older? Nope, they're still babies. 3 ships speed you to Pentos and promises of aid, but your experiences in Karth have soured you to accepting charity. You will not be a beggar queen. Dragons do not beg. You will take what is yours with fire and blood, but first you need an army. As you consider your options, in your cabin, Jorah approaches you and confessing love attempts a kiss. Much as you care for him, you do not desire him and spurn his clumsy advances. Now that must be from the book or something. Keen to change the subject, Jorah tells you of a place where armies might be purchased. Astapor, home to the Unsullied, the finest soldiers in the world. Very nice. At night, your thoughts whirl as you question yourself. Leadership is lonely, and you begin to miss Drogo intently. At least you have your loyal handmaidens to comfort you. It's good to be Khaleesi. It is known to Astapor. A foolish notion. I must go to Pentos. It's good to be Khaleesi. It is known to Astapor. Irri falls in love with Khaleesi. Who the hell is Irri? I don't know who that is. A foolish notion. I must go to Pentos. Yeah, but I don't know what we're going to do in Pentos. Like, I need an army or something. You know, give me something to work with. So I guess we're going to Astapor now, so at least we're out of Karth. Alright, so I'm assuming this is where we're going to be going? I'm not really sure. I'm going to increase the timer here, because I want this shit to get on the road with. Get on the road with? What? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Don't listen to me. Harpies bargain. The good masters of Astapor are rude, arrogant, and cruel beyond measure, but their Unsullied are as formidable as the story of their training is heartbreaking. Particularly troubling is the tale of how they prove they can kill, for every soldier represents a murdered child. You begin to question using such men to reclaim your throne. Unsullied are also very expensive, haggling through a pretty young interpreter to hide your knowledge of the Giscari tongue. You finally propose a trade that shocks your advisors. Every Unsullied they have in exchange for a dragon. Oh yeah, okay, I remember this. The slavers accept your terms, though they demand the largest of the dragons. In turn, you ask for the interpreter as a gift, and they lazily wave assent. You soon free the girl and ask her to tell you all she knows of Astapor. My mind is set. She gains the trait Liberator. Missandei. That's Missandei. Missandei joins Princess Daenerys Targaryen. She loses enslaved. She gains former slave, and she becomes a loyal follower. The exchange. You have agreed a deal with the Good Masters for an army of Unsullied where you gain all the Unsullied available, including the boys in training, in exchange for your ships, your goods, and Drogon, the biggest and healthiest of your dragons. You are now at the Plaza of Punishment to execute the deal. Your company has brought the goods and a caged Drogon before Krasny's and the rest of the Good Masters, while Krasny's hands over the Harpy's fingers, the whip symbolizing you now own the Unsullied force. This deal does not quite work for me, Dracarys. So she betrays the deal and burns people with her dragons. Missandei is only 10 years old. Okay, interesting. She becomes independent, and a bunch of people die. The sack of Astapor. A dragon is no slave, and Drogon refused to serve the Good Masters, burning them to death upon your command. You, however, did receive the Unsullied, and you now have 3 dragons and an army. And an army of fighting... No, and an army fighting the slaves of Astapor. Oh, I got it. The city is barely garrisoned and is easily taken. Why would Astapor be barely garrisoned? It's a major city. That's silly. You have liberated Astapor, the Good Masters have been killed, and you now control the city. The former slaves look to you as their new master, calling you mother. Now you are to move on in your journey, yet before you can take your leave from Astapor, you must leave someone to govern the city. Ooh. Interesting. So apparently the game gives Daenerys a bunch of options to, like, rule in different places. I should leave a council to rule. Actually, I should rule here. Let's see. They join your cause. Joins Khaleesi. Gets the trait former slave. Hero gains the trait. Okay, hero joins us. Astapor gets sacked. A 3,083-man regiment arrives in Astapor. Non-reinforcing. Maintenance free. So we get 3,000 Unsullied. Okay. Or we can, and we get 400 gold and 200. Let's leave a council. I want to get to Marine. That's what I want to do. I want to go to Marine. I will leave a, very nice. Hell yeah. The Yellow City. You leave Astapor and march towards Yunkai, another famous slaver city. The Yunkai command a significant force of slave soldiers and mercenaries. Where is Yunkai? Ah, there it is. Let's see. The force of slave soldiers and mercenaries, among them the Storm Crows and the Second Sons. The city is made of yellow bricks, crumbling. I want to see if my army's changed. Ah, I have 13,000 men now. That's fucking insane. That's insane. The city is made of yellow bricks, crumbling walls, and tall stepped pyramids. Their emblem is flying over the city, a harpy-like creature as far as you can tell. Yunkai is said to be able to field a significant force of slave soldiers. However, Yunkai is known for training bed slaves, not warriors. Before you are the wise masters and the captains of the mercenaries come to parley with you. They offer you much coin to leave the city alone and be on your way. No, I will free the slaves of this city. Declares war on wise master. Okay. Has declared the Great Grass Sea Yunkish War of Emancipation. Do I actually have to fight this war? Because I definitely will. You are ready to begin the battle for Yunkai. However, Dario Naharis of the Storm Crows was enthralled by your beauty and has come before you in the middle of the night. He tells you that he has killed the 2 other captains of the Storm Crows and now offers the company in service of you. As he says, my sword is yours, my life is yours, my love is yours, my blood, my body, my songs, you own them all. I live and die at your command, fair queen. There he is. Good old Dario Naharis with the awesome blue hair. He is indeed a Tyroshi. Your men are most welcome. So are we actually going to fight this war now? Because I will. All right, no heir of your dynasty. Yeah, we're going to work on that. Don't worry. We can get more bodyguards. Hero, court eunuch. We'll make it Grey Worm. Court jester can be Grolio Venatus. No, we won't subjugate anybody to that quite yet. Jogo will be the food taster. Master of Royal Elephants. I don't know what the hell that is. Belwas, there you go. Council, High Admiral, be Grey Worm. And no court physician. No septon either. Okay. I rule Astapor. Fantastic. And I have 13,000 men. Jesus Christ. Army of Ser Jorah. That's insane. Okay, so can I actually use my dragons in combat now or no? I don't think so because we're not a dragon rider. We're not even technically an adult yet. We're not even technically an adult yet. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to end this episode here. I'm well over time. This has been more of a narrative playthrough, much more narrative than I'm normally used to in CK2. But I think now the training wheels are off. If you want to call them training wheels, I think there are plenty of opportunities back there where we could have gotten ourselves killed. But now that we actually have an army and we have our sights set on Yunkai, I think this is where the inner Joeblivion will be able to come out and make miracles happen. But all of that will have to take place in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support lets me know if you'd like to see more of this particular series on the channel. This has been Khaleesi Daenerys Stormborn of the Great Grass Sea, otherwise known as the Mother of Dragons. This has been Crusader Kings 2, the Game of Thrones edition. I have been the Golden Joeblivion, and until next time, see you all later.